Konnichiwa, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to talk about mindset for the recession. Za eigyo desu. Sore dewa ikimashou. So let's get going. This is the 5th year of the Sales Japan Series podcast, broadcasting around the world from the Beverly Hills of Japan, Minato-ku, here in downtown Tokyo. It is chic central. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, committed to your success, the president of Dale Carnegie Training, Tokyo, Japan, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, Japan Business Mastery, Japan Presentations Mastery, and now my new book in Japanese, Za Eigyo, is available on Amazon. In this podcast, I want to help you to survive COVID-19. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn, who, unlike many other podcast hosts, have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesdays, the Presentation Japan Series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tatsujin no Oshie Show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan Series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan Series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcast Show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 284, and we are talking about mentally preparing for the coming economic recession. A bloody war in the Ukraine, sanctions on Russia, global oil and gas prices surging, grains in short supply driving up food costs, rare metal shortages, inflation taking right off, increased spending on guns rather than butter. None of this looks good. By the way, did I mention we have a world Omicron virus variant pandemic raging still, while 25% of Americans are unvaccinated and 42% of the US population are obese. Even non-academic, totally amateur economic observers like me can see the signs of a world about to tip into a recession. If you're in sales, this can't be making you more sanguine about the future. For many of us in Japan, the pandemic has torn through our industries like one of those Midwestern American tornadoes you see on the news. They lay waste to everything in their path, yet miraculously spare some houses in the same street while totally obliterating the others. Some industries have sailed through COVID, but most others are on the ropes, looking for an end to the bout so that the pain will cease. Buyers working remotely during the pandemic and emergency declarations have made networking almost impossible, as has been contacting them to start a business conversation. In my experience, the Japanese glass of water is always half empty, and any excuse to do nothing is seized upon like a drowning man grabbing a life preserver. Doing nothing means not buying from us. Any hint of trouble, and the faucet for various areas of spending is immediately turned off. How do you sell in such a hostile environment? With great difficulty, I would venture, and it is likely to get worse over the course of the next year or so. The impact on our salesperson mindset is going to be extremely negative unless we take steps now to bolster ourselves and prepare for winter is coming. Great advice, a wonderful homily, a passionate declamation, or more hot air. And by the way, so what? Here are a couple of tools to use to steady our mindset before the economic recession hits us like an avalanche. Number one, live in day-tight compartments. We turn off the nagging worries and horrible memories of past recessions, which can paralyze us by stealing valuable energy from today. We know bad days are coming. We have seen this movie before, but we don't allow our fears to impinge on what we can do today. We concentrate 100% of our time and energy to make things happen today. We investigate past recessions of a similar nature, and we look for industries or firms who've managed to continue buying regardless. We may even have to get out of our industry and get a job in another, which looks better able to withstand the assault of economic rationalism. If we are going to lose our source of remuneration anyway, it is better to choose a timing and get a job somewhere else. Professional salespeople are always in demand. Find out more when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public programs, but we also do custom-made in-house classes. Now, we do them in our super safe classroom, we do them live online, and we do them in Japanese, and we do them in English. Our show today is brought to you by, on the 19th of April, we're doing our course previews. On the 21st and 22nd of April, we are doing high-impact presentations. 23rd of April, we're doing, in our series of professional ongoing education programs. And on the 13th of May, we're doing more course previews. Check out our website, www.dale-carnegie, carnegie.co.jp. Get my best-selling books, Japan Sales Mastery, that's the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery, and my new book, Japan Presentations Mastery. And they're all available on Amazon. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 1,000 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show in Japan, comes out Mondays. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders in Japan from SMEs all the way up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro Television Show. And don't forget, you can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Welcome back. Number 2, cooperate with the inevitable. Complaining, despairing, whining are all natural reactions to a coming recession, but none of them are much help. We are better to accept that we have no control over external forces like geopolitical events, wars, global economic trends, and instead think about what we can control. We can begin by contacting our current clients and find out what they are thinking about the future. Are they preparing by reducing expenditures, or are they thinking this is an opportunity to expand? Your recession-induced meltdown is my buying opportunity. Your jettisoning of staff is my hiring chance, etc. Not every company is affected the same way, and we need to know who is who, and we need to be doing that right now. We also know that after the banks beat up companies by calling in their loans during the Lehman shock, Japanese companies swore never again, and they are well cashed up. There is a buffer there that didn't exist during past oil shocks and recessions. What is the situation for your clients at the moment? Are they well protected by cash, or are they nervous and are about to start hacking into their investments and expenditures to shut things down? We need to know the lie of the land here so we know who can continue to buy from us. I hope I am totally wrong and we don't sink into a global recession. However, rather than wait for the morning news broadcast to tell you what is happening, let's all seize the moment and work on our frame of mind, we can control 100% of what we put into our brain. And if we decide to, we can replace negative thoughts with more positive ideas. Let's get our mindset ready for whatever may come at us and be prepared for a possible Armageddon. And let's start today. Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. If you found the program useful, please work on your karma and share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Immediately apply what you've learned today. Use it and go out there and survive. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy in your corner, committed to your success here in Nippon.